Hi, I'm Cyaneink and today I will talk about color theory and explain why I don't believe in primary colors. And I will have more videos coming later and those I will dive into specific topics, but this is more like overall video how I think about color theory. We have color wheel here. How I set my color wheel is that I have hue here and then this is saturation. Most saturated version of this color is on the outer edge, and middle is like the least saturated color, so it's like gray. And here, keep in mind that I had to print this out, and you are watching this in the video, so it's not 100% accuracy. And actually, with the color, we have hard time to represent it like 100% accuracy because printers have a limited color selection because how they mix the inks, how they mix the colors. There's only 3 colors. So it a little bit skews the colors, but it is like it's not like absolute truth, but it's there just like help to understand what I'm going to show you. So first is the blue, and I think blue is one of the easiest colors to mix, and you can try this if you have other colors or any other paints. If you have similar shades, you can try this. And what I pick here is the Cyaneink purple because it's a coolish purple. And it's also really saturated. That's important. I need to pick really saturated colors because if I need to pick the colors that are on the outer rim, because if I pick anything that is deeper here, less saturated, the mixing results will be less saturated as well. Same goes with the phthalo green. It's really saturated version of it. And here you actually can see the problem with the printing. Like even the printer couldn't get this saturated green. And the results is blue, and I know it's not the brightest blue. It's not really saturated blue. It's grayish blue. And why it's not saturated is that our queen purple is somewhere here, and our phthalo green is somewhere here. And when we mix these two colors together, how I think color mixing is that in my mind I draw a line here. If I mix them equal parts, like I have it on here, it's 50-50, so it lands somewhere here. And it's already graying out here. It's like losing saturation. It loses this much saturation because they are so far away on the color wheel. Then, if I go and switch this phthalo green, if we want to get it bluer, we can switch this phthalo green. And we can switch it to the turquoise. And turquoise is more blue. Also, I like to point out here that this turquoise is more green in real life and camera makes it look like blue. Because again, you have to remember I printed this PDF, I printed this image out, I'm filming this, there's camera, and also you are watching this on screen. And all of those colors are like, think them as a man-made and they are all mixed. So I think it's like a man-made color. They are mixed. With when you are watching screen, you are seeing light mixed, but the turquoise is actually more greener than it looks here. Here it looks blue, but it's I have to swear it's not blue. So when we mix the turquoise here, actually that swatch is closer to the real color. We get the blue. And we get more blue because the colors shifted here. It's closer to our goal to have like saturated blue. So because we pull this green out and put it on the turquoise, we go deeper because the angle here lessens and the distance shortens. We could also try switching the Cyaneink purple to dioxazine purple, but dioxazine purple is less saturated. It's colder, but it's less saturated. It's a bit more here. So our results are closer to this one than this one. But again, it's blue. It's bluer than any of these. And you get really close, but I think that is like close enough. Like if it can be called blue, it's blue. And later you will see like why we get like you will later see that there's actually a reason why we cannot get the exact blue. It's also how the mixing here goes. Now, yellow is the tricky color, and it's because what colors we name yellow are all really saturated. When it gets less saturated, we are calling it brown. If we pick May green, which is like really yellowish green, and then chrome orange, which is like really cold orange, we can get yellow. And it looks a little bit like yellow ochre here. So bit less saturated. And it is because saturated yellow is here and we are somewhere. We are quite close, but in the yellow the saturation dips really, really quickly, and I will go in the later videos why that is happening. But it doesn't mean that yellow is special color. If we pick this one, you can argue like is it like yellow or it's orange, but it's, in my case, I think it's orange. And if we switch that to this one, because this one is quite reddish, it's quite here. If we switch to that, we get better yellow. It's like, it's not bright, again, because we are losing the brightness. It's not very saturated, we are losing the saturation here. But it's more yellow than this one. It's more yellow definitely than the green one. If you let me bend the rules a little bit more, this is bright yellow-green. And if we would categorize this as a green, and we switch the May green to this one, and we have the chrome yellow deep, we get actually quite nice yellow here. So we are here, we are really close to yellow. So what we get mixing is between these two colors, because they are really approaching the yellow, we can get like quite saturated yellow here. Then for the reds, and this is actually hardest for me, and it's not like red is primary color either. It is because my collection of watercolors, I don't like reds, and reds are specifically color I'm not so keen on, so I don't have many red pigments. But here we start with the queen purple, it's again cold purple, and chrome orange. And the queen purple is here somewhere, orange is here, and we are getting something here really unsaturated because they are so far off, like really. And we're getting brown, but again it's redder than this one, it's also redder than this one. But if we do some switching, if we go and switch this one, magenta, you could argue that magenta is red, but no, magenta is not, here it's could consider it also as the warm purple. And because we are wanting to get this kind of red, so we are going here. Same thing with the like we had with the turquoise. Now when we mix these together, we get actually quite close to the red. We can also, if somebody is probably saying that it's cheating because the magenta is so close to red. Okay, we switch that out and back to queen purple, but we are switch this orange out as well because we want warmer orange. And here you can see that this orange is really close to red. If you want to think it if you think color mixing as having those primary colors, you could like think that this red, you could think that this orange has a lot of red. Also, this purple has, of course, red component. And those are mixed together, and we get red. It is not bright red again, because the queen purple is so cold. But aquarius orange is pulling it a little bit more saturated, so it's more red than this one. But again, if we are mixing with the magenta, we get really close to red. Also, some people say that magenta is the true primary red, which is not the case. When we mix the queen purple and then the pearl rubin, this is red. I know it's red, but if you say that magenta is the true primary, then it shouldn't matter if I use this something that is not true primary. And here when I combine these two, this is, here it shows most that I don't have that many colors. I would pick more colder red here, but I don't actually have that many reds, so this has to go. And it is a bit colder than the... And it is here a bit warmer than the queen purple, but not that much. If we go with the change the queen and gonna purple to manganese violet, and then mix it with the bilirubin, we get something that is closer to magenta. And I can show the real magenta here that it doesn't have that glow. We cannot get the full saturation here either, but it's closer to magenta than either of these two alone, if that makes more sense. So what I want to point out here is that you can mix really close of those primary colors that should be like unmixable, and that's like really wrong way to present them as like unmixable colors. You can get like blue is really convincing here. So and the takeout should be that when you pick the colors that are close to your goal, you get more saturated mixes. So that is your goal when you are mixing the colors. If you want a saturated color, pick the ones that are close. And next I will going to show how you can, when you are mixing the secondaries, it's actually doesn't make sense that if you have blue and yellow that you can mix any green. No, you can mix some of the greens, but not all. So here I have my favorite green actually, May green, and then we have phthalo green. To mix these two greens, we are picking the blue. I'm using phthalo blue, and then lemon yellow, so cold yellow. And here's all the greens I mixed, and I varied their ratio and tried to find the one that is matching the phthalo green. And there isn't any. Phthalo green is really saturated color, and it's one of those colors that is really on the outer rim of this color wheel. So it's like unreachable by mixing, because I need to get so close to it. If I would use something like turquoise, I would probably get closer. Like when you are comparing, you can see all of the green ones kind of get a little bit dulled, so they lose the saturation. Same with this one. This one is quite close, but still it's not hitting the right mark. Here I switch it to phthalo green as my mixing color, and lemon yellow as my second mixing color. Why I did that? Because when you buy the pre-mixed colors, you can see their pigment information. This one, pigment yellow 151, and pigment green 7. This one is phthalo green. This is actually mixed from the pigment. So if you have those pigment, depending on how the pigment is processed, but you should get really close to this color. But again, you see, it's phthalo green, it's not phthalo blue. They don't start mixing with the blue, because you cannot reach this color with the blue. So here we are getting much closer. These have the glow, these have the right kind of saturation going here, because we are using the colors that are in the pigments. But with something like phthalo, it's really hard. You can get these kind of mixes, but usually if you look what the pigments are mixed in, they are usually really close to that. Like here I would think probably phthalo turquoise, if you want to get close. Phthalo turquoise, and maybe some kind of maybe a little bit yellow, maybe a little bit lemon yellow here to make it greener. But again, close. They don't go like all the way to blue, because blue has limited mixing space. Same goes actually with every color, that if you want the most saturated color, you need to be really close to that or on point. What I want to take out of this video is that by showing those examples, I hope that explains to you more of the color theory. And I think the color theory is a really complex subject. I have many videos coming about that topic, and I'm going much deeper into why we lose saturation and how we see a color and stuff like that. But from this video, I hope it's piques your curiosity, why things happen. You can also do your own research, reading color theory books. And also I hope that it helps you with the color mixing. Like if you are painting something, let's say orange, and you don't have orange in your palette, and then you are struggling to mix that bright saturated orange, it's actually not fault of your skills, because if you are starting with the colors that are far away from orange, Or even if you have like really close colors, like let's say this warm yellow and this red, you still cannot get the really saturated orange, and it's okay to have like then having those ready mixed colors on your palette. And also knowing the color theory helps you build up the palette you like, and build up the palette you can reach the colors you like. And there's always like there's no shame of picking color directly from the pan and not like trying to mix it. Like I like to use pre-made purples because even if I have blues and reds, they usually don't mix that saturated purple I like. So I have purples in my palette. Same with the greens. I have a lot of greens because green is my favorite color. And when I start mixing green, I usually start with the green color and not with the yellow and blue because I cannot get the saturation by picking up the yellow and blue. I almost always need the green because I use so bright greens. So yeah, I have many of these videos more coming up, explaining deeper in the specific topics in the color theory and how I see color, and how I think about the color mixing. And also, if you have questions, if you want hear something specific, you can always reach me in the comment section. Also, if you just want to argue, sadly, I'm type of person who doesn't go into arguments. So if you still feel that you want to believe in primary colors, if you feel that your primary color is magenta, cyan, and yellow, go for it. And if you feel that your primary color is something else, go for it as well. Because if that helps you with the color mixing, yeah, sure, go. But this is way I think, and this is way I like. I don't teach because I'm not like a teacher, but this is how I think, and I think it makes like the most sense when you're mixing the colors. So yeah, hope I see you in my future color theory videos. Bye.